Struggling to start your novel? I've cracked the code with Jessica Brody's Act 1 framework. Here's how I nailed it. Hi everyone, welcome to Cosmic Echo Inc. I am Bully. Here I'll be sharing my journey, tips, and challenges I faced while writing my sci-fi fantasy novels. So I recently took a novel writing class on Udemy and I came across Jessica Brody's course, so I've decided to follow her roadmap to help me write my novel, and I'm pretty super excited about it too. Here's what I've learned so far from Act 1. Alright, the first one is opening image. It takes about 1% of your story. Make it visual, show something happening, your character doing something active. And the next one is to introduce your hero's flaw. Show what's wrong with your hero right from the start. This could be insecurities, emotional baggage, or other personal struggles. And the next one is set the tone. The opening sets the mood, style, and feel of your story. It's like a snapshot of your hero's life before the big journey begins. And the next point is that showing the before life. What does your hero's world look like when the story starts? Highlight their big life problem or challenge. And the next one is flaws matter. Your hero's weaknesses or fears should be clear. For example, if your hero is afraid of elevators, open with a scene where they're stuck in one. The next one, acts are different worlds. The opening image introduces the world your hero starts in, which will change as the story progresses. Alright, let me give you some examples. In the Inside Out movie, the story begins with Joy being born inside Riley's mind. Joy is obsessed with keeping Riley happy, but her flaw is ignoring sadness, which causes problems later. Let's talk about another example. In the King's Speech movie, the movie starts with George, the future king, giving a speech. He struggles with a stutter, feels humiliated, and lacks confidence. The big issue he'll need to overcome. Alright, let's talk about the next key point of Act 1. The setup. This part takes up about 10% of your story and does a lot of heavy lifting. Here's what the setup is all about. The first one is to establish your hero. It shows us who your main character is and what their life looks like right now. And the next one is to show the status quo. What's their world like before everything changes? And the next one is to highlight their flaws. So what's holding your hero back? And the next one is to introduce their external goal. What do they want? Maybe it's a new job, or a new house, or a new boyfriend, or a new girlfriend, or even defeating an empire. And the last one is to show the problems that need fixing. So what's wrong in their world? Do they have a bad relationship with family or neighbors? What challenges are they dealing with? This part is made up of multiple scenes and pages, so take the time to really set the stage. For a fantasy story, this might include showing the land or the hero's job or a school situation. Whatever it is, keep it concise and clear. Let me give you an example. Think about Bruce from Bruce Almighty. He hates his life, hates his job as a reporter, and he starts doing fluff pieces and has a work nemesis, Evan. He doesn't appreciate his girlfriend, he likes to complain constantly, and even struggles to potty train his dog. His big want? To become an anchorman. So the setup gives us a clear picture of your hero and their world, so we're ready to follow them when everything starts to change. Alright, let's move on to the next key point of Act 1, which is theme stated. This part takes about 5% of your story, and here's what it's all about. It directly ties to your hero's flaw and what they need to learn throughout the story, actually. And a secondary character is the one to bring it up. They're the one who subtly points out the hero's problem. But here's the catch. The hero won't listen though. They'll completely ignore it. For example, in Me Before You, someone asked Louisa, What exactly do you want to do with your life? That question reflects the theme and hints at what she needs to figure out. So, in simple terms, the theme stated is when another character drops a little truth bomb about the hero's flaw or what they need to change, but the hero isn't ready to hear it yet. It's a subtle way for the story to highlight the hero's journey without being too obvious. Alright, let's move on to the next key point in Act 1, the catalyst. This takes up about 10% of your story and is a crucial turning point. Here's what it's all about. Something big happens to your hero. A catalyst is a person or event that kicks the story into motion. No turning back. After this event, the hero's life will never be the same. And the next one is a new direction. It pushes the story forward and forces your hero out of their comfort zone. And the last one is that it's a goodbye or a status quo. It means the catalyst shakes up the hero's normal and introduces a whole new world or challenge. Alright, let's talk about the last part of Act 1, debate. This section takes about 10 to 20% of your story and is super important. Here's what it's all about. First, it's where the hero reacts to the catalyst and starts asking themselves the big question. Should I do this or not? The hero needs time to process what's happening. It's longer than the catalyst because it's realistic. Heroes are just like us. Don't make big decisions instantly. This is also where you show how resistant your hero is to change. Most people and heroes don't like to face their problems head on. Instead, they try to slap a band-aid on things, avoiding the real issue. Even if the answer seems obvious to everyone else, it's not so clear for the hero. And even if it is clear, that doesn't make it easy for them to move forward. Debate can also be about preparation. The question might not be, what do I do next? But instead, am I ready for this? Take a look at some examples. In Legally Blonde, Al quickly decides she wants to go to Harvard Law, but can't she actually get in? The debate shows her preparing, creating her funny admissions video, studying for the LSATs, and waiting as the admissions board reviews her application. In Midnight in Paris, the catalyst is Gil traveling back in time. But the debate, he's trying to figure out if what happened was even real, how it works, and whether to keep going back. In Harry Potter, Harry doesn't question whether he wants to go to Hogwarts. Of course he does. But is he ready for that world? The debate shows him shopping for supplies in Diagon Alley and hearing people talk about the boy who lived. In The Martian, Mark has a literal debate. Can he survive? He's doing the math, counting rations, and figuring out if he can make it. Before your hero can break into Act 2, they need to gather all the information and weigh their options. The debate gives them and your readers that crucial moment to pause and process. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful and that it inspires you to start writing your first novel. If you're curious about how I got started and what motivates me, be sure to check out this video next. Until next time, happy writing. Bye for now.